Welcome back to another video for today. If you've ever wanted to take off your shark fin antenna for some odd reason, and I'll tell you why I took mine off and why I need to replace it. So let's take a look. First, I have a DV8 roof rack. What I did notice is that the clearance was a bit too tight for me. Now the original DV8 bracket for this rear part, it's so thin that when you pressed on it, it would bend. What I ended up doing was, I don't know if you can see inside there, but I have a solid steel angle iron. I cut it and I drilled holes, put stainless steel nuts and bolts. That gave it the strength, but I was still plagued by the antenna being so close. Let me get down from the truck. My solution to that was to go to a company called TRP, and this is what I got. So TRP, they sell this. This is a new antenna, flat mount, flush, and it gave a lot more clearance up there. This is a stock antenna, which I had to buy. So what you end up doing is you open this guy up with all these screws, you take it apart, you take the guts from here, and you place it in here. Pretty easy. Let's take a look at the comparison between the TRP and the factory. So you can see there's quite a significant. The only thing I noticed was that you have to take apart your stock antenna. There's a bunch of electrical components in there, and because I did not read the directions, I just ended up chopping that thing up and sticking it in however I thought it would go in, which is not a good idea. So what I did was I took it apart and I put my stock antenna back on. During that original process, what I did was, like I said, I chopped up the internals. Now I have poor radio reception, almost nothing. And I'm tired of talking to myself when I drive or listening to my cell phone. Yes, I could pair my phone to the car, but just didn't feel like that. What I'm gonna do today is I went on eBay, picked up one of these. I'm gonna switch out the factory one, the broken factory one, and replace it with this. So I'll show you guys how to take this off. It's super easy. Now I'll go inside the truck and I'll show you how. The nut itself is a 22 millimeter. Now what you're gonna see, just imagine that this is still on the truck itself. And it's super easy to come off. It's not even held on really tight. It's not that tight, actually. Wow, this thing just keeps on going forever. But basically, it is sandwiched in there. There's a little notch, and that little notch needs to allow the wire to come through, the antenna wire to come through like that. And this will secure it down without taking the wire totally off. So you see that little piece? You put it on, you screw it on, and then it locks it in that manner, all while on the top of the roof. Okay, so let me show you guys how to take the antenna out. Let me show you guys the inside of the factory antenna first. Took off the screws, open this up. There's your circuit board, and there's a coil. I don't know if you can see that little coil right there. And that's the actual antenna itself. This little nubby piece goes into, where did it go? Here. That little piece right there. So this sits on here. I guess it gets power and it's powered up. Now what I did in order to put it into the TRP one, you need to take apart the circuit board, screw it in, and somehow they say to unscrew that little screw right there and pull out the wire, and the instructions show how to get it in there. I totally forgot. What I ended up doing was chopping a whole bunch of things out here and soldering some things here, and yeah, I really made a mess out of it. So that's why we're changing out this new used antenna for the broken one that I messed up. All right. Now the first thing we're gonna have to do are take out these hooks, right? So let's see. All you do is pull this off. This little clip puts pressure between the stainless steel clips there, and it will spread it open and keep it held open. What you're gonna do is pinch and pull it out, which is hard to do with one hand. See, right there. Pinch and pull it out. The best thing I can tell you to do is, give me this. When we put it back together, you're gonna put this piece back in. Then you're gonna push this piece through. When you push it through, you're gonna hold it and push the locking clip in. So let me take these two guys out and take out the side panel just on the passenger side. Sorry, the sun is crazy bright. So we're gonna pop these guys off, just pull off the trim. The trim here just gets kind of, just pull it. See, like that. Pull that off, pop the panels off. There's a, I believe a 12mm screw behind there. So let me get to that and I'll get right back. After we pop off the airbag thingy, there's a 10mm nut in here. Take that 10mm nut off, and then you can continue to pull the rest of the panels off. And I believe the seatbelt is held on with a 12 or 14mm. So let me see what's behind there. Well, I took off the 10mm nut, pulled the panel back, and there you go. Oh, there you go. This is what we're getting after. We're just gonna unbolt that, and I'll show you guys how to pull the panel down. From the outside, we're just gonna grab here and pull down, and that's enough room to stick my 22mm open end and loosen the factory shark fin. Okay. Oh, don't forget, right behind the corner here, there's a little clip, and I stuck my panel popping tool behind it and just popped it off. I mean, you can pretty much see what's behind here. There you go. Where was it? There it was, right there. Okay, now we're gonna go on the outside, pull this down a little, and unscrew the shark fin. Now it's time to take off the shark fin screw with my 22mm open end. Remember, we loosened the panel from the inside. Just gonna grab here, pull down just that much, And there it is. You see that? That's what we need to get to. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this in here and get that guy off. And it's gonna be easier to film if I just take it off and film after. All right. All right, guys, it is that easy. I took off the nut from the inside and then just slide this out. Pull the wire through. Hey, you may have to feed it from in here. Oh, there's another clip. So there's another clip up there, right there. And that just spreads apart. So let's reach in there. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. There we go. Pull this guy through. That little clip is, here's the other one. Where is it? Here it is. So it's held in like this. And you just spread it open with your fingers like that. See? Then it comes out. Voila. And I lost it. So let me get that guy out and go from there. Now it's out. The process is the same when you go to put it back in. You're gonna put this in just like that, straight down. You're gonna have this antenna wire come back like that. You're gonna feel with your hand. It's best to have the orientation of the slot here back to you like that. So when you put it in, it just goes in. And you don't have to kill it when you put it back on. From the factory, it wasn't even tight at all. It was not torqued down. Super easy. Let me see if I can film myself putting this in. All right. One more thing I forgot to mention. I figured I'll show this part. I'm just gonna run the wire in the back, just like how it was supposed to. Come back here, connect the clip. I did not have to take off the seat belt. So clip it back on, push everything in, put the 10 millimeter in, and we are done. And that's how you take off the shark fin. One last thing, we are not done. I figure I might as well show you guys this. So the headliner is only held in with the clips we took out, right? From both sides. So here's what you do. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Push that back in. You know what? I cannot do this with just one hand. You're gonna get this little clip. Oh God. Push it in. Okay. Take this guy. Now, these little prongs are what's gonna hold the force spreading this thing apart. Okay. That's it. Now we are done. Finally. Thanks, guys.